Survivors we are, survivors we are. Are you ready for the journey? Crohn's Corim is the name, yes indeed, survivors we are.
Hi, Crohn's Corim here. I've had many medications for Crohn's in the past, including sulfalazine, azathioprine, mesalazine, which you take orally, but towards the end of me needing to take it, they were giving me mesalazine to me rectally as a foam, which I'd have to take 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, that was quite an ordeal, but I believe it was a stopgap to the actual rectal removal, because that's what I had to have done in the end. But nevertheless, I was on steroids for a long time as well, prednisolone, which I was probably on for about 3 or 4 years, around about 40 milligrams a day to 20 milligrams, back to 60, all kinds of side effects with that. It's never good to be on prednisolone for too long, because it kind of gave me mood swings, always hot, always sweating, easily irritable. I had that moon face, put on a lot of weight, extreme appetite, muscular pain, bone degenerations, hence the mobility issues now. But then they put me onto infliximab, which is one of those IV bag solutions. Downside to that is you'd have to go into hospital every 2 weeks, well in my case every 2 weeks. You're plugged in for about 2 to 4 hours depending on how slow or quick they want to put the infusion in. And I didn't take well to it, because after about 3 or 4 sessions I had quite a severe reaction to it. So it was plugged in. I was telling the nurse, you know, it feels quite tight, so if you had injections and infusions and lines put into you, you tend to know if the line's in or not in properly, because you can pretty much figure it out. You've had it done so many times. So I was telling the nurse it's not quite in, it doesn't feel quite right, my arm feels quite stiff. So she went to speak to the doctor. By the time the doctor had come, my arm had sort of blown out, my shirt had become really tight on my body, and it was like an incredible Hulk moment. I was kind of growing out of my shirt. They had to cut me out of my shirt. They gave me one of those pens to calm me down. After about 15-20 minutes I was kind of back to my normal self. But yeah, I didn't react very well to that. I'm on adalimumab now. Originally I was on the Humira version of it. Now I'm on this Hyrimoz version. It's a 40 milligram pen. Take that every 2 weeks. The initial dose, I think they have to do it to you 3 times. Again, it will familiarise yourself with the pen, but then you can self-administer that. And again, quality of life is better. I don't have to go to the hospital. I can do it myself, get back to my routine pretty much straight away. And like I said, you can self-medicate. One of the newer ones that are coming out, well, that's being introduced and has been since 2016, 17 or 18 or so, if your Crohn's is severe and you can't sort of handle this anymore, because with time you'll find that medications don't always work with you. So get off the prednis as soon as you can. Move to one of the other ones as you can. The new one, which is, forgive my pronunciation because I'm going to do the big word first, ustekinumab, which is otherwise known as Stelara. And I'm going to read the bump that it has online. It's the most recent biological improvement to treat Crohn's. Its use in the same way as other biologics. A study published in 2016 suggested that it may be helpful in treating Crohn's. So I can see a lot of threads and things on the internet right now about people who've been offered this drug and whether it's good or not. Don't really have enough information about it from my hand. There are people who are taking it. Sort of keep an eye on what people are talking about it. But ever since I moved over to Humira, which I was at the time skeptical of doing, it has made a big improvement. So yeah, there you go. Drugs at a pinch.
Survivors we are.